And me and Mehryn here to guide your way. We're selling Microsoft Teams rooms. Come along for the ride. With our friends by our side, we're taking it in stride. Oh, yeah. Join the team, join the fun. Fastest updates under the sun. Selling high, selling low. Making teams from the star of the show. Oh, team up and sell. It's time to excel. Selling Microsoft Teams rooms, we're gonna ring the bell. 10 minutes of updates packed with energy. Together we'll conquer, making Teams rooms the big frenzy. Brand new day, got something to say. We're Jimmy and Mehryn here to guide your way.
I can't, Mehryn. I can't.
You can always use
Happy
Co-Pilot.
Friday, but I can't with that. You know, we did a game show at Jobber's booth, and Michael actually did one of the things. Does Jimmy like the new AI song that Michelle created for selling Microsoft Teams rooms? True or false?
True. I don't think there's any songs with my name in it. So
we'll get to something soon. But happy Friday, everybody! Welcome to the Valentines Day edition of Microsoft Teams rooms. Mehryn, one big thing to start the show off with: nominations for Partner of the Year awards are open.
Partner of the Year, it's a good way to promote your company. Not only do you have like the Microsoft badge of I'm a specialist in modern work or Teams rooms, this is a wonderful way to promote yourself. If you get an award, you can tout that all year long. And I've certainly seen a couple of our partners, right, Jimmy, win this over the years, and it is a wonderful thing. So this is our chance to promote ourselves. Oftentimes we're not very good at that. Jimmy and I talk about that often. This is a part where we really want to encourage you to start thinking about it. You got to probably dedicate a couple people on your team to start building out what your submissions are going to be. And a lot of it's around storytelling, right? And what your results were for the year. What did you expand upon? What did you do for your customers? Fun times.
And one thing that I have found is that if you're not good at it, like you said, Mehryn, you and I are really poor at it. Copilot actually helps you a lot. So use it to go ahead and make your nominations. But it is an important part of what we do here. Please make sure you're nominating yourself. Also want to say congratulations to our leader and CEO, Satya Nadella, on a decade of leading Microsoft. Unbelievable. Mehryn, I know that we see him a lot on internal meetings here, and it's great to see. He was one of those leaders that I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to actually learn from.
Likewise. And he grew through the ranks. I think there's a lot of respect when somebody starts out as an engineer in your company and sort of builds up, and obviously started in the Azure space. So he knows what he's talking about. Been at Microsoft for more than 30 years. So we're super proud of that.
Absolutely. And with Teams Rooms, there was a new update to Teams Rooms on Windows this weekend. And I want to point your attention to that first bullet point, Mehryn, Windows Autopilot. We've been talking about it a lot. It is now in the firmware so that those customers that signed up for the public preview are actually using it. Again, this is not far off. And this is part of that frictionless deployment that we have, Mehryn.
Really exciting. The engineering team has done a wonderful job prioritizing, making it really easy to do mass scale deployments. And this is a big way if you're an enterprise organization or if you're a partner doing an enterprise rollout. This is a significant improvement on the time to deployment. So
absolutely. And if you missed January, the blog post, What's New in January, and Microsoft Teams is up, a whole bunch of new products, a whole bunch of new features. They were busy, and I missed this blog post because I was at ISE. Mehryn, speaking of ISE, I didn't get to see everybody. I'm still getting over. Unfortunately, I did come back. I'm now 3 for 3, Mehryn. 3 times to Barcelona, 3 times back with COVID. It's not a stat that I'm proud of. It's something that happens. So
I feel so bad. I thankfully did not get sick, but I know a lot of people did. So hopefully
a lot of people did. Hopefully everybody's feeling better. Last Friday was a tough one for me, but we got through. What's new in January? Also, Apple Vision Pro is out. And guess what, Mehryn? You can join your Microsoft Teams meetings from the Apple Vision Pro.
I'm really excited to see this. Jimmy and I were talking about it before we joined today. I really want to experience or hear what people's experiences are like joining a Teams meeting from their Apple Vision Pro. I looked up the price. They're pretty pricey to get yourself an Apple Vision Pro, but really exciting to see that they're bringing the Teams Microsoft Mesh experience to Apple Vision Pro later this year. That'll be super cool and immersive. So
very cool to be on the front lines of that. Also, speaking of ISE, Mehryn, we had a whole playlist of live shows from ISE. We had Frank from the Surface team. We had Ilya from the product group. We had Sandia. We had Kyle. We had a whole bunch of people. Go back and watch these. I've had some great feedback of the sessions that we did over there. So that's one to look at. Also, the certification end date for Android 10 has been pushed back to December 3rd, 2025. Android 9 is still coming up on March 30th and hasn't been pushed out yet. But please make sure that your devices are still in alignment with our certification program. Again, this doesn't mean that they will stop working, but they may stop getting updates and they may stop getting certain features. Mehryn, we've got a long roadmap to go through, so let's get right into it. Join meetings with a QR code on your Teams rooms on Windows using T-Mobile. Not only can you use proximity join, you can also now join with a QR code, Mehryn.
Cool. We're used to that on our TVs. You know, if I want to join Hulu on a different TV, like this makes it super user-friendly, in my opinion. Easy ways
and
to join.
Hi, Lainey, back. Hi, Lainey. We got a whole bunch of roadmap stuff. So let's go to the next one. User-reported events inside of Microsoft Teams Room Pro Management. So if a user actually hits that button and says, hey, I got a problem, now that feedback can be collected inside of the Pro Management portal so that you can actually track your issues that are in there. Also, Mehryn, we've got meeting ID. I've skipped one. Ultrasonic proximity join on admin. This is another way that we can actually turn off the ultrasonic proximity join using XML. This is something that actually uses volume or sound inside of the room in addition to the Bluetooth low energy to know that you're inside of the room with a personal device, allowing users to make it even easier to join those meetings. Also, the meeting ID and passcode to join on Android, Mehryn. This is a big one because when you walk into the room, you have so many different options to join however you want to join, however you usually join on your desktop. Now you can join in the room as well.
That was a big request. Yep.
Big one. And Mehryn, speaking of our international customers, ability to change language on the Microsoft Teams rooms on Windows. Admins can actually choose up to 3 languages to sit on the Windows machine. And then if you tap more and under language, you'll be able to change the language on that machine itself. It's been something that a lot of our countries that have multiple languages have been waiting for, and it's added to the public roadmap. And this is a big one, Mehryn. If you don't know where you work.
Custom background.
Custom backgrounds on Android. I don't know why people are so adamant that they want these custom backgrounds, but they do. Yeah. It's there on the roadmap. Every single session that we do, roadmap session, everything else. When are custom backgrounds coming to Android? Now you can track it on the public roadmap. Also in Message Center, there are a whole bunch of updates as well. In Teleframe experiences on the new Teams app and recognition expansion. Teams rooms on Android pairs with consoles so that when you're updating, it looks at it as a pair instead of each individual one. These are all updates that are inside a Message Center that you can go look at. Support joining a Teams live event as attendee for Teams rooms on Windows. Again, we are expecting this to be completed by February 2024. We are still working on our implementation into Teams town halls, but live events will be supported. Also, the voice isolation, Mehryn, I saw Robert and Michelle actually did a video this morning on LinkedIn about this and how well it works. It's the idea that you'll be able to enroll your voice and it will know that it's you. So it knows that it's Mehryn. It knows that it's Jimmy, and it doesn't pick us up if we're in the same environment.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out LinkedIn, check out either Robert Carlson or Michelle Bowman. They posted a video this morning that gives a good example. And you also might have seen it in a video with Ilya back at Ignite, showing off how that works. Super, super cool.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about some upcoming events, Mehryn, because Comms VNext is coming up in April 23rd. That's the next big one that I'm sort of attending. I am a huge fan of this event. It replaced the Link conferences of past, and it is a place where our community joins. Our Teams community joins. We not only teach each other, we learn from each other, and we network like crazy at this event. And speaking of that, Mehryn, I'm going to be joining my friends Josh, Sharon, and Tom on a pregame. If you're not sure about Comms VNext or you want to learn more, go ahead and join us next Tuesday. It's next Tuesday. We'll on LinkedIn. Join us on LinkedIn, and we'll go ahead and we'll talk about everything Comms VNext and sort of try to convince you to come to these shows. Tom and Sharon and Josh, all of us, Microsoft. Well, I'm an ex-Microsoft MVP, but all of us in that MVP community. Again, we're going to be at the show. We'll be teaching. We'll be helping all the community out there. Mehryn, that was a long 10 minutes.
You were like Micro Machines voice. If anybody remember those commercials where you talk super fast, that was you. You went huge run when we got to Roadmap. It's awesome. Good job.
And I see that actually Lainey has a comment inside of here. Can we get the transcripts on multiple languages? Yes, transcripts are actually written in your local language. So 100% when you do multiple languages, you'll be able to get it for yourself as well. It's an exciting time, Mehryn. It's an exciting period to be inside of Teams rooms. We got a lot coming up too.
Yeah, so much going on. We'll be sure to recap it all next week. We couldn't squeeze it in this week, but we did in 10 minutes. So hopefully you'll enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week, right?
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. You make it all worthwhile. You make me feel alive.